President, honored guests, members of the faculty, staff, and class of 24, I am honored to now declare that the 50th Annual Commencement, the semi-centennial celebration of Five Towns College, has officially begun. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remain standing. Remove your caps and join Jordan Bostic, a 24 graduate, in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nice job. Thank you.
Please remain standing for the playing of a national anthem, which will be performed today by class of 24 graduate Patrick Murphy and accompanied by class of 2019 master's graduate Professor Anthony Viteri.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the invocation to be delivered this year by a member of the class of 24, Erica Lohr.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. With gratitude, let us pray. As we celebrate our college graduation today, we're thankful for the journey that brought us here. We faced quite some challenging times, especially going to classes during a global pandemic, but we've stuck together and we've grown stronger. Give us the wisdom to remember what we've learned during these stressful times, like respecting those around us, flexibility, and perseverance. Let the challenges we faced make us better people. To my fellow theater and design tech majors, the stage is our life. Every performance teaches us something new about ourselves and the world around us. As we move forward, let's remember the friendships we've made and the strength we've found in one another. With hope and determination, we're ready for whatever comes our way. With thanks for the past, hope for the future, and the belief in ourselves, we offer this prayer. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At colleges and universities around the world, it is traditionally the role of the salutatorian to deliver the welcoming address at the start of the commencement, while it is the valedictorian who delivers the farewell address to the college community on behalf of the graduating class of students at the end of the ceremony. To deliver the welcoming address, please welcome Class of 24 salutatorian Jan Filip Jadrowski.
Wow, this is exciting. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to our dignitaries, Board of Trustees, President Cohen, Provost Pollard, faculty, administration, and a huge congratulations to the class of 2024. My name is Jan Filip Jagielski, and I feel incredibly honored to stand before you today and participate in the 50th commencement exercises of Five Times College. I want to express my deepest gratitude to everyone celebrating here with us, both in person and online. Your support has been instrumental. A heartfelt thank you to our Board of Trustees, professors, mentors, faculty, and administrators who helped us reach this incredible milestone. I also want to give special thanks to Coach Drazel, who always looked out for the basketball players, as well as Mr. Hubert Sahura, who always kept his door open whenever I needed advice. I also want to thank my parents, Jan and Ludmila, who made this all possible and on whom I can always depend on. For those who don't know my story, I was born in Kielce, Poland. I moved to the United States by myself at the age of 16, leaving my family, friends, and everything I knew behind. I was determined to live out my American dream, but it quickly became far harder than I imagined. A new country, a new language, and the imperial measurement system? Like, who uses inches? Come on. And on top of that, I didn't know a single soul. I was here by myself. But there I was. I jumped in the deep waters, and I had to figure out how to swim. But eventually, my path led me to Five Times College, arriving amidst a global pandemic that changed us all. This period left everyone thinking that we might never recover or even graduate. But now, being on this stage, I look back and I really appreciate the environment that this school has to offer. Frankly, my life was always like a roller coaster, so volatile. Sometimes I felt like I lived on a Bitcoin price chart, going up and down unpredictably. But thanks to Five Times College and people around me, I was able to settle down and peacefully flourish. I believe that this really applies to all of us here. We persevered through the most difficult times, and today we have reached our most important goal of standing tall, graduating after working hard, and proudly earning our diplomas. This, of course, is due to our sheer determination and unmatched indefatigability, if anybody knows what that means. We didn't let anything stop us from accomplishing our dreams and purpose. So, knowing that everything is within our reach, please, never stop dreaming, never stop working hard for what you truly love, and most importantly, never stop believing in yourself. Because perhaps sometimes we do get lost on our paths, but remember, you can never cross an ocean unless you have the courage to lose the sight of the shore. So stay courageous, class of 2024. Congratulations. We did it!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Five Towns College Board of Trustees Secretary, Dr. Carl Kirshner.
It's great. It is a pleasure to be here today to celebrate with you. Working behind the scenes to support the college's efforts, the Board of Trustees is the legal governing body of the college, which appoints the president and is ultimately responsible for the success of the institution. And so it is gratifying to see the work of the board manifested in the graduates who are with us today. This graduation ceremony is particularly significant since today we celebrate the 50th graduating class of Five Towns College. It is my honor to acknowledge my colleagues who serve with me on the college's Board of Trustees and who are with us today. Dr. Edward Martinez, and Mr. Gary Stern. On behalf of the entire Five Towns College Board of Trustees, I extend greetings to the graduates and to their families, and our sincere congratulations and best wishes. And now, it is my pleasure to welcome to the podium Five Towns College President, Dr. David M. Cohn.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you. "50 years, wow. Give yourselves a round of applause. It's a big deal. Thank you, Dr. Kirshner. I join with my distinguished colleague and friend and extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you. Members of the faculty and staff, invited guests, please stand and join me in giving a round of applause to these graduates, the class of 2024, the 50th graduating class. Thank you. And I ask that the graduates now stand and turn around and look for your families and loved ones and give them a round of applause. Thank you. You see, no one gets here alone. After 50 years, no one gets here alone. It takes a lot of love and caring by a whole lot of people. Graduates, thank you for letting them know that you appreciate the sacrifices that they made to help you arrive at this milestone in your life. A college president enjoys one very special privilege. He or she gets to address graduating students and to deliver the very final lesson of college. And so, as we hear the rain outside, I ask that you indulge me for a few moments as I deliver your final lesson. For today, as I mentioned, is not just any graduation. You are the semi-centennial class, the 50th, in an unbroken chain of graduates dating back to 1974. And this is important because, as I said, we all stand on the shoulders of others, and so it is critical that as graduates, you understand your place in the history of this academy and your place in the history of the world. And so I want to share with you briefly on our 50th celebration the story of Five Towns College. And I hope that you will see in our shared history a theme that not just explains today's ceremony, but also informs you about who you are and what you can do with your life. So come on me with this final journey of discovery. The story of Five Towns College did not begin in 1972, as many think. It began nearly a century before that, in the late 1800s. Once upon a time, in a far-off kingdom, in Russia, there lay a small village at the edge of the woods. And in that village lived a peasant, and his name was Avram. I won't bother you with all the details of the hard life that he and his family endured, but there came a time when he could no longer suffer the religious persecution that defined the pogroms of that time, and he emigrated to the United States. A long and arduous journey. In his own way, Avram went into the woods. His story is probably not all that different than many of the stories of your families. Almost everyone in America can trace their roots back to someone and someplace that included a difficult journey. Avram was my great-great-grandfather. He came to the United States, he started a family, and he struggled to give his children and grandchildren a better life. He also had a grandson named Leo, who came of age and married another poor immigrant. Her name was Alice. And together, Leo and Alice started a family in Brooklyn. Many of today's graduates received a Leo and Alice Kleinman Memorial Scholarship to help fund their college education. These are the two poor immigrant kids from Brooklyn who made that possible, Leo and Alice. And they had a daughter in 1927, and her name was Lorraine. I'll come back to Lorraine in a moment. In another part of Europe in the late 1800s and early 1900s lived another family, and they lived in a different part of the forest, and they lived in Poland. And in that family was a young shoemaker, and his name was Benjamin. And between the Great War, World War I and World War II, Benjamin decided to emigrate to the United States, seeking a better life for himself and his future family. When he left Poland, he headed into the proverbial woods. He left the town of Michał, not far from Krakow in Poland, and he left behind his parents and his loved ones, including 8 brothers and sisters. When Ben left, he could never have imagined that he would never see his family again, and none of them would be able to join him in America. Because he couldn't have known that in 1939, when the dark clouds of war gathered over Europe and the Nazis were on the march, one of the first towns that would be invaded and destroyed would be his own hometown of Michał. And by the time the war was over in 1945, Ben's entire Jewish family had been exterminated. That is a story for another day. But when you think about the odds of Benjamin or Avram surviving the pogroms and the Holocaust and making it to the United States in those days, you have to realize how incredible lucky they truly were. When you think about the odds of your own families from wherever they came from, you should reflect on how lucky you are too. I do. I never forget that if they hadn't made it here, if they hadn't taken the risk, if they didn't go into the woods, I would not be here today, and neither would you. Benjamin made it to Brooklyn and married Ida, and together they started a family in Coney Island, and in 1928, they had a son, and his name was Stanley. Stanley's family was very poor. They were so poor that in order to get a decent apartment, they would move every few years just to get a new paint job. Back in Brooklyn, Lorraine also wanted to go to college. As she got older, she said, I want to go to college. And she wanted to study business. And when she told her father, Leo, in their hometown on Bedford Avenue in Flatbush of her desire, he gave her a dose of the reality that they had in 1940. In 1940, women don't go to college, and they certainly don't study business. But Lorraine persisted against those odds, and she eventually convinced Leo and Alice, and she did go to college, City College, to study education, business education, and she became a school teacher, while Stanley went off to Queens College and studied music. And by some twist of fate, these two kids, Stanley and Lorraine, from poor immigrant families that had somehow managed to survive the pogroms of Russia and the Holocaust of World War II, found each other in Brooklyn. They fell in love, and like many people in this room, they did what was done in those days. They moved to Long Island. And together, they again went into the proverbial woods. Stanley became a music teacher and Lorraine a business teacher, and they worked for the New York City Board of Education. Stanley and Lorraine were impacted by the events of the world that they lived in, just as you are today. They began teaching in the 1950s, and they were there in the Big Apple during the tumultuous civil rights era of the 1960s. Stanley was one of those brave teachers who were influenced by Dr. King and other leaders. He joined hands with them and marched arm in arm in Brownsville during the civil rights marches, demanding better funding for education and opportunities for disadvantaged students. By 1969, Lorraine and Stanley were witness to the early days of the Vietnam War. They felt in their core the inequities that the lack of higher education opportunities meant for young people. And they watched how the draft played out, because students who went to college in those days could get a draft deferment. But because there were not enough seats in the colleges and universities in those days, it was the less affluent, often the underprivileged and underrepresented students they taught, who often shouldered a disproportionate burden of the war effort. One day they visited a teacher friend who was involved in the funding and founding of the Waldorf private school in Garden City, New York, and a light went on. And they thought, hey, if you can open a high school, maybe you can open a college to fix things. And these two poor immigrant families, these two poor kids who had become teachers, decided to do just that. Consider the irony. This young girl from Brooklyn, whose parents told her that girls don't go to college, decided to open one. Imagine that. And into the woods they went. And they created the Five Towns Education Center, an experimental think tank that had a goal of opening a college in Nassau County. Through the Five Towns Education Center, they applied and reapplied to the New York State Education Department for permission to open a college, but they were denied and denied and denied. They were told the tale. You don't have enough money. You don't have a campus. You don't have a faculty. You don't have a library. You have nothing. You just have an idea. That's what everyone told them. And they listened. They listened. They were children. They listened. And they gave up. And it was over. But the refrain from Sondheim's classic work, "Be careful the tales you tell, children will listen," was so apropos. And they listened to all the nattering nabobs of negativism. That's what we called naysayers in those days. And then something happened. By luck, by fate, by divine intervention, who knows? In 1971, they received a random call from the New York State Education Department, and they were asked a random question. Hey, you still want to open that college? Because we've been thinking about your idea, and it maybe isn't so crazy. We kind of agree we could use a college in Nassau County. I won't take you through all the details about how that actually played out, but to suffice it to say that in 1972, the New York State Board of Regents, after 3 long years of trying, finally granted a provisional charter giving Lorraine and Stanley permission to start a college, Five Towns College, provided it was open and operating within 5 years. And you know what happened after that? Nothing. They ran into a brick wall. No one wanted a college in their backyard. Imagine that on Long Island. They planned to open in Lawrence, New York, one of the real 5 towns, and that went nowhere. They finally signed a lease to open in Limbrook, one of the fake 5 towns. But that was met with a zoning lawsuit. They signed a lease to open in Baldwin. That was defeated. And when all hope was almost lost again, and they wouldn't make the 5-year requirement, a friend out of nowhere sent them a little classified ad that appeared in Newsday announcing a small Episcopal church day school for rent in Merrick. And they responded. And the rest is 5 Towns College history. Into the woods they went again. And this time they ran. Was it divine intervention that this little college should open in an Episcopal church? Or that as it grew, it expanded into the Jewish synagogue next door? Or that when it needed more space, it added more space than the Catholic church across the street? I don't know. I think it could have been. Who knows? Maybe the good Lord above did have a hand. I'll refer you to the screen behind me. I think I have just a couple of pictures that I want to share with you from the early days. This is a picture of the ribbon cutting at the Merrick campus in 1973, November. I can't tell you all the people on that board. I was there somewhere in the background, but I was only about 3 feet tall. No cracks, because I'm still only about 3 feet tall. This is a picture of the Seaford campus. an elementary school built by Roosevelt that had been vacant that they moved into a few years later. Just a few pictures. The college was chartered as a 2-year college, and business was going to be its focus. But somehow it attracted crazy, amazing musicians seeking an alternative to traditional music schools, and it made a name for itself as a jazz and contemporary music school, and that became our first forte. The college spent its first 8 years in that church in a basement, but it survived and grew strong. You see, it turned out you didn't need big buildings and libraries. You didn't need big money. You just needed a bold idea. You just needed to work hard. You just needed to have grit and determination. And this little college had plenty of that, if nothing else. In 1982, in need of more space, the college packed up in a few trucks and moved to the Seaford Avenue School, which we just saw, a vacant elementary school building a few miles east. Again, I won't take you through all the challenges from those early years, but there were many, and the college survived. And with its wonderful mission dedicated to service and education of young people, by 1992, it was bursting at the seams, and we needed a new home. And the college faculty and staff searched again. We looked at more than 100 different locations before settling on this Dix Hills campus, which today has over 250,000 square feet on 40 acres. A big difference from the 7,000 square feet in Merrick that one of our alumni had to go to school in. After commencement in 1992, the college was literally packed up again, this time in a fleet of tractor trailers, and we moved here, and we have called it home ever since. I remember saying to Dr. George Alterman at the time, who was chairman of the board in those days, and after who the George Alterman Scholarship is named and funded, George, are you sure we know what we're doing? Spending everything on a big campus, taking on a mountain of debt, and moving further east from Nassau into Suffolk County? Who lives in Suffolk County? Aren't you afraid we'll fail? And I remember his reply. He said, David, everything you're saying is true. It will be hard. It will be risky. It will be expensive. There are no guarantees. But if 2 poor kids from Brooklyn, from immigrant families, if they could take an idea and make a difference in the lives of young people, if they could dream not just to go to college, but to build a college with no campus, no money, no nothing, just a dream, then this is going to be easy. If they could do it then, we could do it now. And together, with a dedicated faculty and staff and a really amazing student population, we did. And so today, on the 50th anniversary of that first graduating class, we remember and we salute those true pioneers. Give it up for them. We had nothing but a dream, and somehow we all managed to change a lot of lives for the better. And so I tell you this very true story because it is your story now. Because life will throw obstacles in your way. You can bet on it. And you will go searching for the answers in your own woods. And when people tell you that you can't do something big, when others tell you we cannot build a better world, I want you to remember Stanley and Lorraine. I want you to remember Leo and Alice and Ben and Avram and George and your own parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents. I want you to remember everyone upon whose shoulders we stand. I want you to look those naysayers who meet you in the forest in the eye, the way Jeff Kramer does. And I want you to say, oh, yes, we can. Say it with me. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And then I want you to go out and do it. This is the message and the legacy of Five Towns College. I share it with you on the semi-centennial. Congratulations to the class of 2004. Ladies and gentlemen, give them one more round of applause. I really should have more pictures from the early days, but I have a lot of video from the current days. So right now, I'd like you to look at the screen. Let's take a look back on the year that was.
This is my song, and no one can take it away. It's been so long, but now you're here to stay. And I wonder if you know what it means to find your dreams. And I wonder,
I've been waiting on this my whole life.
and I wonder,
These dreams be waking me up at night.
and I wonder,
You say I think I'm never wrong.
and I wonder,
You know what? Maybe you're right.
and I wonder if you know what it means, and I wonder if you know what it means to find your dreams. And I wonder,
You say he get on your nerves.
and I wonder,
You hope that he get what he deserves. Word.
and I wonder,
Do you even remember what the issue is? You just trying to find where the tissue is. You can still be who you wish you is. It ain't happened yet, and that's what intuition is. When you hop back in the car, drive back to the crib, run back to their arms. The smoke screens, the chokes and the screams. You ever wonder what it all really mean?
I wonder if you know what it means, and I wonder if you know what it means to find.
Quietly behind the scenes is this guy. He's a graduate. His name is Alex Gaza. Give up a round of applause for Alex. Tom Calandrillo and others in the media area. And now I have the honor of introducing a very special person. I just told you about the crazy idea of starting a college. And if you think that's crazy, imagine how nuts you had to be to choose to attend a new, unaccredited college that was located in the basement of a church at 17 years of age. Imagine how nuts you had to be to decide to study contemporary music at a new, unaccredited college that had none of the fancy bells and whistles that we have today. And yet, there were a few bold, crazy musical pioneers who tossed caution to the wind and did jump in feet first. In 1974, there was a kid from Brentwood who decided that this crazy place in the basement of the Episcopal Church in Merrick was the right fit for him. And he enrolled in a program in jazz commercial music, majoring in, of all things, electric bass. And he came into the woods and joined the class of 1976, the first full class of students. That crazy musician, that young kid, used what he learned to his advantage, and he went on to become the distinguished jurist whom we welcome home today, the Honorable Justice William G. Ford. Please give him a round of applause. Welcome home. Justice Ford is an Associate Justice of the New York State Supreme Court Appellate Division, Second Department. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the court system of our state, this is the second highest court in our state. This is the second highest court in New York and the busiest appellate court in the nation. It is a very important and significant place that makes big decisions that impact us all. And to be nominated by a governor to serve there as a jurist and to be confirmed by a state legislature is a big deal, and a recognition of those who have respect and admiration for the people who fill these positions. William Ford is a member of the second full graduating class of Five Towns College. The class of 1974 had just one student. The class of 75 was just a partial class of transfer students. And after graduation in 1976, we had a graduate, William G. Ford. And he became a member of the Musicians Union and performed in many New York societal bands with noted jazz musicians such as Danny Mixon and Hilton Ruiz and Cecil Payne and Malachi Thompson. He toured South America, Mexico, England, and the Middle East, indeed the world, with singer-superstar Gloria Gaynor. And he appeared with Dr. Buzzard's original Savannah band, Cherchez la Femme. And he also appeared on the motion picture soundtrack for She-Devil, starring acclaimed actors Meryl Streep and Roseanne Barr. After working as a musician and overcoming all of the obstacles that entailed, William Ford decided to return to his scholarly pursuits and earned a bachelor's degree in political science from SUNY Empire State, where he graduated with honors. Later, he went on to study law at Brooklyn Law School. Justice Ford was first elected to the district court in 2008 and served as an acting county court judge from 2014 to 2015. He was then elected to the Supreme Court in 2015. He served in that capacity until he was appointed to the Appellate Division by Governor Andrew Cuomo in 2021. Justice Ford has presided over numerous cases impacting all of us. These include DWI, assault, and other criminal matters. He has presided over cases dealing with serious issues of drug treatment and mental health. He has published important decisions impacting civil rights, the rights of same-sex couples, and of nursing home patients, just to mention a few. You can learn more about the Honorable William G. Ford in your program. But now, as I call him to the podium, I want you to reflect on his humble beginnings as a young music student at an upstart college. I want you to reflect on what he accomplished with his life of service and accomplishment. I want his journey into the woods to be etched in your minds as you begin your own journey today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in calling the Honorable William G. Ford to the podium. William G. Ford, for your service to society as a lawyer, counselor, and learned jurist, for serving as a role model for young people everywhere, for demonstrating just how far a music education can take you when you play a mean bass guitar, for always representing Five Towns College with honor and distinction for nearly half a century. By the power vested in me by the Five Towns College Board of Trustees and the New York State Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the Doctorate of Humane Letters degree with all the rights and privileges therein contained. Give it up for him. You're going to turn around? Perfect. Yep. Perfect. Let's walk out and take a picture. And it's my privilege to be the first to address you as the Honorable Justice, Dr. William G. Ford.
Wow. Thank you for that really wild introduction. Good morning, class. Good morning. I'd really like to begin by giving thanks to God for such a beautiful and truly unexpected day. To you, President Cohen, to the trustees and the faculty of the college, to all of today's graduates and your families, congratulations on the 50th anniversary of the college. Congratulations to all of the graduates and your accomplishments, and thank you for inviting me to receive this wonderful honor and be part of this celebration. Now, I have to tell you, I was really surprised when my office got the call from President Cohen. I was on another call. My secretary, Peggy, comes in and says, the president of Five Towns College is on the phone, and I really didn't process too much after that because I had not spoken to anyone from Five Towns since the mid-'70s. So when you told me about the honorary degree and asked me to speak and to talk a little bit about my journey, and then you told me about some of the folks that you had honored this way in the past, and that one of them was Victor Wooten, well, for a bass player, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? You really could have knocked me over with a baby goose feather. So how does a skinny black kid from Brentwood who wanted to be Stanley Clarke go from being a student to a professional musician, to a lawyer, to a judge, to an associate justice of the appellate division of the New York State Supreme Court, as President Cohen said, probably the busiest appellate court in the country? Let me see if I can sketch out a kind of a roadmap, and maybe I can fill out a few more details for the truly curious at the barbecue. So here are some examples of what I was taught. Some of the people who were doing the teaching that I remember from that basement of that church building in Merrick way back then. Well, one of the things we did was, I know you probably see them in black and white pictures now, but one of the charts we played in big band rehearsals was the Count Basie Neil Hefti tune, Little Darling. And that tune, even though some of us students at the time thought it was kind of corny, taught me the importance of silence, of tempo, and how to play a rest. And the song, if you don't know it, is a lush, slow jewel of an arrangement full of glowing harmonies and lots of spaces and silences for the soloist to fill. And then there was Bob Cunningham, who was my string bass instructor who 10 years earlier had recorded the iconic Freddie Hubbard tune, Little Sunflower. He opened up the beauty of the string bass and taught me the importance of whole notes and long tones. And sometimes we would spend a whole hour lesson just playing whole notes. We spent very little time on the 16th notes that Stanley Clarke was famous for. And then there was another teacher, a professor there, Neil Weinberg, who opened up the music of Chick Corea, John McLaughlin, and Weather Report to us, and that was all we were super hungry for. And they brought the amazing Jack DeJohnette to come in and play with us, and all of that was really mind-blowing. And all those experiences stayed with me. Some I was conscious of, but mostly I wasn't, because all we wanted to do was make a living playing music. See, my mom wanted me to at least get an associate's degree. But my 19-year-old brain didn't care about any of that stuff. I just wanted to play music every night. So I spent the next 13 to 14 years doing just that, getting to travel to South America, to Europe, to Asia, and the Middle East, and spots in the US, but mostly playing right here in and around New York City in every possible type of gig that you could imagine. And please, don't get it twisted. The bulk of the work that I was doing was not traveling and living the high life. It was probably about 80% doing club dates, hotels. I played the Jewish resorts, the Italian resorts, the African-American resorts in the Catskills, bars, weddings, bar mitzvahs, hotel duets, top 40 cover bands. You should see me in white polyester. And maybe 20% travel and name gigs with some of the artists listed in my bio. They ranged from disco to pop, straight-ahead jazz, to more avant-garde stuff that my brother still to this day tells me sounded crazy, to blues and everything in between. And by the way, when I do finally get a shot to play on a movie soundtrack and be on screen and even get a film credit, what am I actually doing in the movie? I'm playing a club date for Meryl Streep's birthday in the middle of a swimming pool. Okay. So then I go on and I become a contractor for a society orchestra, and I kind of had to decide if I wanted to finish my bachelor's and maybe get a master's in music and possibly teach and maybe run my own club date orchestra on the weekends. And then I decided, with the support of my dear wife, Pam, of now 34 years, to roll the dice and go to law school. There was no grand plan, really. It was just a part of me that didn't want to have to schlep my bass through a kitchen in my 60s and be away from my family every weekend. So, with my associate's degree as a platform, I completed a BA in political science. I went to Brooklyn Law School as an evening student. By this time, I had a full-time day job as an insurance adjuster, but by my second year in law school, I was still able to play some club dates on weekends. Never, ever thinking that I might become a judge. And I worked as a trial lawyer for a couple of insurance companies for about 10 years or so, and then a local political leader asked me if I was interested in running for the district court. I said yes, and that was the beginning of what is now a 16-plus year judicial career. So, what did I learn here that crossed over, right? What skills did I learn on the way that work both in the world of music and the law? So the first thing, the importance of listening. Look, Beethoven went deaf in his 20s, right? But he composed some of his greatest works while he was deaf. Why? Because he listened. And I learned pretty quickly that you can't be a good section player or a player behind a singer, and you also won't get very many calls if you can't listen and support what the singer or the soloist is doing. So these listening skills were the same ones that I used when I was trying cases. I had to listen to the answers witnesses gave at depositions and trials, the questions that other lawyers asked in those situations to know if an objection should be made or not. And surprise, I used those same skills as a judge when I was taking a plea in a criminal court or listening to an expert witness in a civil trial or a court reporter's readback for a jury. If you're listening just for the purpose of getting your chance to talk, you're not really listening. So the next thing I learned was to get rid of either-or thinking, right? Either I'm a musician or I'm not, either I'm a lawyer or I'm not, either I'm a jazz player or I'm not. I realized that thinking like that puts me in a box. I learned that life isn't either-or, right? It's both and. The next thing I learned, attitude determines altitude, okay? Attitude determines altitude. Just let that one sink in. So another thing I learned, get it right the first time. Those of you in the theater studies understand that. Get it right the first time. And if you don't, own it. The discipline of learning an instrument like the string bass and the electric bass, being called to play either or both, reading charts, making mistakes in those charts, but staying with the rest of the band while a show is actually happening, playing in a section or in a small group or a duo, the discipline of learning to play in hundreds of different situations, backing singers of widely different styles, striving to sound authentic in each one in a live performance creates a very different imperative than in a studio where you can have the luxury of doing a lot of different takes. It either works live or it doesn't. Another thing I learned, and that's related to getting it right, is to give myself completely to the job at hand and to stay present in whatever that job is. And when I worked representing clients, and they were restaurant owners or auto repair shops, whoever it was, I learned to be all in handling their case. And it's the same thing when I was assigned as a judge to the treatment courts. I was all in on defendants struggling to get sober and stay out of the criminal justice system if possible. And, surprise again, it's the same thing at the appellate level. Now, a lot of folks will tell you something like, gratitude is the attitude. But honestly, most of us are motivated more by shame and feelings of unworthiness. I do agree and believe that a grateful heart is a positive way to both look at and be in the world. And I'm deeply grateful for my wife, my children, my family, and also the people who work closely with me. And those relationships are worthy of gratitude. But I would say this too. I'm profoundly grateful for all my mistakes, all my wrong turns, all my disappointments, each and every one of them, much, much more than I am for any successes I may have had. And I hope this story makes some sense to you in that regard. So in 1977 or 78, I auditioned to play string bass in Betty Carter's trio. I did 2 or 3 rehearsals with her. Mulgrew Miller and Greg Bandy were in her trio and playing with her at that time. I had been playing with Greg and Danny Mixon's trio, and he recommended me for the gig. I didn't get it. Curtis Lundy got the gig and went on to tour and record with her for years. I was so disappointed. I was thrilled for Curtis because we were buddies, we were friends, we knew each other, but the bottom line is that I didn't get the gig. Now, I continued to play in Danny's trio and a bunch of other gigs, but nothing as prestigious as Betty Carter's band. And while I was really disappointed about that gig, not getting it, at least in part, made the rest of my career possible. I'm grateful for the gigs I didn't get, the jobs and things that didn't happen, because the absence of the things that I wanted or thought that I wanted, or the things that other musicians or people convinced me I should want, moved me in other directions, to goals and to possibilities that I didn't even know existed or could exist. I probably won't ever share the stage with Wynton Marsalis, but I have played with most of the Jazz at Lincoln Center horn players at high-end parties, and I have a different relationship with those guys who know me as a musician and as a judge than I would have had if we'd simply been bandmates, right? That different relationship is richer in ways that would not have been possible if I was just another sideman on the job. So in closing, let me say this, and I'm going to go to the Old Testament auntie. My wife's aunt is sharing today with us, and we're just so blessed to have her here with us. And if you're blessed to have some of your families here, thank them, cherish them. Cherish this time with them. Believe me, the days are long, but the years are short. Anyway, I'm keeping it together, Auntie. I'm going to go to the Old Testament. Okay. And it tells us this: do not despise the day of small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. And what I hope and I pray that means for you graduates and for this school is that you see and feel and get some of the sense of the joy of the Lord in the 50 years since that beginning in a Merrick Church basement. And I pray that this beginning that you all are stepping into today will be more wonderful, much more beautiful, in ways you can't conceive or that you can possibly imagine right now. And then, from that beginning, today, in 50 years, some of you will stand here, pour out your gratitude to that new generation. Thank you again for your warm and gracious invitation.
Honorable Sir, Dr. Ford, during my introductory remarks, I shared with our guests, and you did too, the fact that you played with the legendary Gloria Gaynor. Her anthem, I Will Survive, reminds us to always be gritty and to never settle, particularly when you're in the middle of the forest. To honor you today, the students of Five Towns College pay tribute to you and your musical heritage by performing that classic chart-topping hit for you, I Will Survive. And you're all welcome to dance at your seat.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. I grew strong and I learned how to get along. So you're back from outer space. I just
I'll survive, they'll survive, you'll survive. Ladies and gentlemen, the distinguished Provost of Five Towns College, Dr. Marsha Pollard.
Thank you, President Cohen. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the faculty, it is my distinct honor and privilege to nominate Carol Ann Pulis Miller for the Honorary Doctor of Pedagogy degree. Provost Emeritus Carol Ann Pulis Miller has spent close to 25 years in higher education as an administrator, professor, and academic advisor, and approximately 80% of those years were devoted to Five Towns College. Carol Ann is a graduate of St. John's University with a BA in economics and an MBA in finance. Upon earning her master's degree, Miller was inducted into the Honor Society, Omicron Delta Epsilon. Her early professional career was in the private sector in financial analysis and pension administration, and she also became a member of the Financial Analysts Federation. This experience segued into teaching business courses as an adjunct professor at several institutions on Long Island, which subsequently led to appointments as chair of the business department at Five Towns College, assistant dean of professional and graduate studies at St. Joseph University's Patchogue campus, and then her appointment as Five Towns College's provost and dean of academic affairs. Throughout her tenure at Five Towns College, Provost Miller worked to expand program accreditations, saw the institution's accreditation successfully reaffirmed by the Middle States Commission on Higher Education, and she also became a peer evaluator for that organization. Additionally, she successfully navigated the college's academic programs through the COVID-19 pandemic. Provost Emeritus Miller has been an ardent supporter of education throughout her life. Throughout her career, Carol Ann has also taken a keen interest in the development of junior professionals and recognized that with proper guidance and support, the next generation of leadership will be characterized by a high level of preparedness and diversity. For her commitment to excellence in education and business, and for her dedication to the institution, Five Towns College will award Carol Ann Pulis Miller the Honorary Doctor of Pedagogy at its 50th commencement exercises. I invite Carol Ann Pulis Miller to join me at the podium.
I have to tell you, and I've said it before a million times, and no slight to the chairs who are here on the podium, when we named her as business chair, you're the best chair we ever had. You're all pretty good too, but no one kept minutes like Carol Ann Pulis Miller. All right. The magic words. Carol Ann Pulis Miller, by the power vested in me by the Five Towns College Board of Trustees and the New York State Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the Honorary Doctor of Pedagogy degree with all the rights and privileges therein contained. Please give it up for Dr. Carol Ann Pulis Miller. And now it's my privilege to address you as Dr. Carol Ann Pulis Miller and invite you to say a few words to the graduates.
So before I begin my prepared speech, two things. The first is I'm sure my oldest son is very happy that he was over there when they played I Will Survive. Because when I was pregnant with him 45 years ago, sorry, Greg, that was the song that was around. And for some reason, I related to it. Don't ask me why. And through the pregnancy, I sang that song. Oh, wow. And so whenever we go to an event, a wedding or whatever, and they play that song, poor Gregory has to dance with Mom. So there you go. So there you go. Thanks, Greg. And then the other thing is, and you'll hear it throughout my speech, is Dr. Cohen mentioned about family and the beginnings of family. And basically, I'm going to speak about that as well. Not in as much detail, but it's the same kind of story where my parents were the first generation of immigrant parents, and they came from low beginnings, and how education plays a key here. So I'll get into that now. So before I do that, I want to express my sincere gratitude to the administration and the faculty of Five Towns College. I can't tell you how delighted I am to have this honor conferred upon me. It's really amazing. Thank you so much. And I have to say that if my parents were here today, they would be very proud of this moment, especially my mother. You see, my mom was the youngest of 6 children, and when her mother suffered a stroke, it was decided that my mom would be the person to take care of her. So this meant that my mother was not able to attend school, which resulted in her not graduating from high school. It's a little bit different from, Lorraine Kleiman, but that's what happened to her, and that really, it hurt her, but it made her very determined. And so also at the time when I grew up in Canarsie, it was also not a given that a girl would go on to college. So because of my mother never obtaining her high school diploma, she was determined that her 3 daughters would go to college. And so with Mom's support and resolve, I and my 2 sisters fulfilled her dream by attending St. John's University and attaining our undergraduate degrees. All 3 of us went on to earn graduate degrees as well. With our credentials in hand, I and my sisters ultimately became educators across all academic levels, from pre-K to higher education. Unfortunately, my mom passed away a year ago and is missing this moment. However, I'm very fortunate because my 2 sisters, I'm sure they'll join me in this, Donna and Joyce, they are here today, and I really appreciate that so much. And I'm sure they'll join me in saying, thanks, Mom, for making us strong, independent women who care about education and have dedicated our professional lives to promote education to the next generations. In line with that thought, all 5 of Mom's grandchildren, 2 of them young women, have continued her legacy of the importance of earning college degrees. So her dream goes on. And she has great grandchildren coming up, so we'll get them there too. Next, I thank my husband, Kevin, of 50 years. You mentioned yours. I told you I was older than you. I am. So Kevin and I are almost 51 years. And my 2 sons, Gregory and Douglas, I thank them. They are the anchors in my life, and I am grateful for the love and support I have received from my wonderful family. 3 men in my life are the reasons for my being. I share this honor with them, and I appreciate the encouragement and the love they have given me throughout those years. Thanks, guys. Beyond my family, of course, there is the community of Five Towns College. I'm so proud to have been here for the 50th anniversary of graduation for the college, and to think I was here for 20 of those years, I'm so thrilled and proud and grateful. And so to all of my colleagues, faculty, and staff alike, you have made my time at the college memorable. I especially thank President Cohen for his mentoring and counsel throughout my tenure at the college. It's been wonderful, thank you. He and Vice President Kaplan were always supportive and understanding. So this community is part of my extended family, which I am honored to have been a welcomed member of such a dedicated and caring group. Next, I congratulate the graduates and their families. All those receiving degrees today have achieved something quite profound. Although it may not seem so at the moment, what you have endured and accomplished is of major significance. Completing your degree is not an end to something, but rather the beginning, hence the term commencement. Your families and friends have supported you and have now gathered to celebrate your accomplishments. So just allow me a moment to tell one other story. As I reflected on what I would say today, I was reminded about my oldest son's graduation from Rensselaer Polytech about 23 years ago. Needless to say, my husband and I were thrilled and proud as we anticipated Greg's graduation. We packed up my parents, and along with my sister Donna and her husband Brian, we traveled upstate to attend his commencement. We had a wonderful dinner the night before. We got up early the next day to get ready for the ceremony. However, all of a sudden we get a call from our son, and he tells us he could not find his cap and gown. Now, I've heard of students losing their tassels, waterboard, and they'll tell us they didn't receive it, they lost it, it fell out of the package, whatever. But it's very rare to misplace all the pieces of the academic garb for graduation. I mean, come on. So he tells us, well, I think I threw it away. I discarded the bag that it was in because I cleaned my dorm room getting ready to get back to come home after graduation. Wonderful. So we went into panic mode. Of course, what are you going to do? So my husband and son scoured the campus and for the next couple of hours, but of course all the university offices were closed because graduation was occurring that day and it was off campus. Finally, they found someone who told them, well, go to the venue because there'll probably be extra robes there. So we all went to the arena, and when we got there, we left our son to find academic garb. When they called his name, he marched up to the front, and I noticed his academic clothing didn't match his fellow graduates who were graduating with the same degree. There was an incongruity to what I saw. You see, what he was given was a bachelor's mortarboard, a master's hood, and a doctoral gown. In essence, he was garbed for all 3 degree levels. I mean, so the uniqueness of his apparel made him stand out from his colleagues in a strange way. And the absurdity of this is that Greg got to wear a doctoral gown before me. I tell you, I don't know. Anyway, so today, as you graduate, you will find that through time, you will encounter many opportunities for beginnings throughout your life. I encourage you to embrace those opportunities, assess the benefits from those prospects, use them as stepping stones to expand your career and enhance your life. Along the way, always remember those who supported you, those who motivated you, and those with whom you work. That inspirational network of family, friends, and colleagues are key to your endurance and drive to be the best at whatever you do. And let me leave you with this one final thought. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is to decide to embrace every beginning that you encounter in life, commit to the journey, and enjoy the ride. Thank you and good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, to present the academic awards, Provost Marsha Pollard, assisted by Registrar Anna Nieves.
This morning, I also have the privilege of recognizing the graduating students with the highest cumulative grade point averages. Each student has received a maroon and white honor cord to symbolize their exceptional academic record. As I call your name, please come to the stage to receive the Provost Award for Academic Excellence. And I ask that you remain on stage for a group photo. I also ask the audience to please withhold your applause until all names have been called. Corey Allen. Jordan Bostic. Ariana Brasino. Brianna Caraleo. Anthony Cohen. Joseph Di Gregorio, Andrew Gaudio, Brianna Hunter, Jan Jagielski, James Korick, Louis Lempo, Ian Leopold, Erica Lohr, Patrick Murphy, Andrew Porsche, Sierra Shepard, Samantha Winter, and Mahaley Young. Congratulations, and please now join me in a round of applause. Let's take a photo. Congratulations. 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 Next are the Academic Program Awards. The faculty have recommended those students who have demonstrated outstanding accomplishments in each program of study. Each of these graduates has received a set of maroon and teal cords to signify this academic honor. The first award recognizes accomplishment in the graduate division. For outstanding performance in graduate studies in the Master of Music program, Barry Kay. The next awards recognize academic achievement in the undergraduate divisions. As I call your name, please come forward to receive your award, and please remain on stage after receiving your award for a group photo. For audio recording technology in the Business Management program, Samantha Winter. For the Business Management program, Abigail Kemp. For marketing in the Business Management program, Kyle Geddes. For music entertainment industry studies in the Business Management program, Michaela Braun. For the film and television program, Matthew Novak. For the Interactive Media Arts program, Corey Allen. For audio recording technology in the Mass Communication program, Kyle Martinez. For the Mass Communication program, James Miller. For audio recording technology in the Music Performance program, Connor Bankos. For composition in the Performance program, Jake Magalis. For music education instrumental program, Zoe Kolodny. For performance in the music program, Jalen Cruz. For acting in the theater arts program, Cameron Quinones. For musical theater in the theater arts program, Sierra Shepard. And for theatrical technology and design in the theater arts program, Erica Lohr. Congratulations, and please join me in a round of applause for these extraordinary students. Congratulations. Congratulations. Next, the college acknowledges those graduates who are student athletes. If you have a student athlete stole, please rise. Turn up the lights, please. The college is proud to celebrate these students and having achieved their goal of earning a degree while participating in the college athletics program. Congratulations, and please join me in a round of applause to acknowledge our amazing student athletes. Please be seated. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, to introduce the Presidential Award for Outstanding Professional Achievement, the Director of Career Services, Professor Christy O'Rourke.
Hello. The Presidential Award for Outstanding Professional Achievement is awarded to an alumnus of the college who has represented the institution with honor and distinction, thereby advancing the mission and goals of our academy and paving the way forward for students to follow. Someday, each of you graduates may be on this podium receiving this award. Today, the college honors Mr. Rudy Valmet. Rudy Valmet was born with a passion for music and comes from a family of gifted singers, musicians, and dancers. Combining his talents with his business knowledge, Rudy started his own entertainment company after leaving Five Towns College. That company is Crossing Midnight Entertainment. Crossing Midnight Entertainment has expanded quickly and gained popularity from managing multiple bands, DJs, and more. Rudy has personally selected and trained everyone on his team, from musicians, MCs, audio engineers, and other personnel who handle bookings and client communications. He prides himself in providing the highest quality live music experience while doing what he loves, singing and performing. His talents prevail. Rudy has been a strong advocate of Five Towns College and the students it serves. Through Crossing Midnight Entertainment, he offers internships to FTC audio, music, and entertainment industry students. For more than 8 years, he has been offering internships and job opportunities, both full-time and freelance, in all aspects of the live entertainment business. Rudy not only helps to guide new and emerging artists, but he regularly participates in the college-sponsored employer networking events and panel discussions. In doing so, he inspires students and serves as a role model for them to follow. And he truly is an outstanding role model. For all these reasons, the Five Towns College faculty nominates Mr. Rudy Valmet for the 2024 Presidential Award for Outstanding Professional Achievement.
Rudy Valmet, upon the nomination of the faculty for representing Five Towns College with honor and distinction, for demonstrating excellence in the music and entertainment industry, and for serving as a role model for students, I am proud to present the 2024 Presidential Award for Outstanding Professional Achievement to Rudy Falmey. Podium's yours. You'll take a picture.
Wow. First, congratulations to all of you. Let me start by saying how honored and grateful I am for receiving this recognition and being here today. Five Towns College is my college. Thank you first and foremost to Christy O'Rourke for all of the hard work she's put into helping me, not only as a student, before I graduated here at FTC, but also for helping myself and my company find amazing students throughout the years. Christy truly cares, and it shows in her work here at FTC. Thank you to the president, faculty, board, and all of the teachers that had a hand in my years here, up to and after I graduated. I want to thank my family, my parents, and my late grandmother for putting up with my constant singing and performing and making musical noise in the house. This allowed me to become who I am today as a professional musician, artist, and performer. Before I go, I wanted to share a message with all of you graduating. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They can be fixed. Don't be afraid to take a chance. They don't come often. The formula for success in anything you do is resiliency, hard work, and dedication. Don't just rely on talent. Someone wise once told me, preparation beats talent every time. Look, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So, work hard, work smart, don't give up. While you're doing that, don't worry about what anyone else thinks about you. Other people's perception is none of your business. Don't be afraid. If there's anything that you can take away from today is you did it. You made it through the end of this chapter. Now only you can hold yourself back. Don't be afraid. You did it. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Annually, the college presents a series of awards to the faculty and staff who have served with honor and distinction. The first honor to be presented is the Lorraine Kleiman Memorial Award for Excellence in Teaching. This honor is named for one of the founders of Five Towns College. Presenting this award is the daughter of Lorraine Kleiman, Dr. Janet Kaplan.
Thank you so much. And congratulations to the class of 2024. I am so glad to celebrate this day with you. I have been honored to give this award in my mother's name for the past 20 years. Now that we are celebrating our 50th commencement exercises, you get a perspective on how the years pass by and how important it is to grab moments and make them meaningful. Please meet my mother, Lorraine Kleiman Cohen, a founder of Five Towns College. For me, this is one of those moments. I feel I must brag briefly about a woman who was an educational pioneer in her own right, who earned her undergraduate and graduate degrees in education, and spent the moments of her lifetime dedicated to teaching and then to building a school
that offered opportunities to students going to college. She was a conscientious and dedicated person, like each one of you, embarking on a new phase of life, working hard, destined to make change and impact lives in positive and important ways. My mother started her professional life teaching typing and shorthand. Then, as technology changed, she taught word processing and how to operate business machines. She was always sought after as a trusted and beloved teacher and confidant. She was someone you could count on and always had a smile, advice, and calming words for those who needed them. She had a way of making her students and colleagues feel special and was an excellent teacher. This year's recipient possesses these same qualities. This year, we recognize the chair of the Theater Arts Division, Dr. David Krasner. I have been fortunate to have spent some meaningful moments with Dr. Krasner, whether we are discussing the upcoming theater shows and events or bragging about our students' performances in the Studio Theater and the Performing Arts Center. The mutual love of our students and the feeling of being so proud of all of you are things we always delight in. As I was reviewing his bio in the program, which I will just try to summarize now, I was just imagining his passion as a young boy and then as an adult to be immersed in the world of theater, acting, performing arts. He was so driven, as you will read, that he not only took every opportunity to be on stage, but by earning his Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in acting from Carnegie Mellon University, and then his Master of Fine Arts degree in acting and directing from the Virginia Commonwealth University, and then his PhD in drama from Tufts University. He fulfilled his academic dreams to earn credentials second to none. This is all very impressive. His love of teaching is exemplified in all the professional educational positions he held over time in at least 6 different institutions of higher education, including at the University of Idaho, Southern Illinois University, Yale University, Emerson College, and Dean College. Those opportunities equipped him with the real-life experiences necessary to educate, mentor, and teach all types of diverse individuals. He is also an accomplished author of 12 books. He told me recently that of all the places he's been, he has found the students at Five Towns College to be the most authentic, ambitious, and talented. They are eager to learn and do not take things for granted. He is proud of the great relationships he has developed with his students. Dr. Krasner has earned the respect of his faculty, colleagues, and our local public school leaders as well. He loves writing, teaching, acting, and living all things about theater. In fact, this is what he is best at and hopes to share his passion, skills, and love of teaching for the rest of his life. For demonstrating a commitment to excellence in teaching and scholarship, and for serving as a role model for aspiring actors, singers, dancers, and performers, Five Towns College presents the 2024 Lorraine Kleiman Memorial Award for Excellence in Teaching to Dr. David Krasner. Congratulations. I couldn't fit in the Santa Claus story.
Oh. Take a picture? Thank you, Vice President Kaplan. And thank you, President Cohn, for your wonderful words about where this award comes from. it gives deeper and more meaningful meaning to me. I am deeply humbled and honored to receive this award. I want to thank Provost Pollard, and I want to thank my wonderful, wonderful colleagues, all the teachers here that are as dedicated, perhaps even more than I am. I want to thank the staff that makes this place possible every day. I want to especially thank Provost Miller, who was wonderful to bring me on board here when I came here. And it was so generous in showing me the ways in. And I also want to say that Provost Miller was one of the few people who said no to me. When I would come to the office and say, I want this and that for the theater program, Provost Miller says, okay, you need to have this, but you can't have that. And was very forceful. I was taken aback. I mean, nobody says no to David Krasner. I mean, I look at all my reputation, my accolades. Who says no to me? But Provost Miller's wonderful down-to-earthness was impressed by who I am, but still, you're somebody that belongs here, and you will get this, but you won't get that. And so I hope, I am sure that Provost Pollard will follow along in those same footsteps and tell me no when I come asking for things. The last thing I want to say is the two most important peoples in my life are, one, my students. These people are the people and the reason why I come here and spend 13, 14 hours a day, because of all of you. And you are the people that make my life meaningful. And the other single person that is very important to me is my lovely and beautiful wife, without whom there would be no cookies. For those of you who know, there are cookies made by my wife. And I will also add that my wife is also somebody who says no to me quite often, because who do you think you are? So I want the seniors who are graduating to know that not only in the theater, students, but also I know my colleagues here and all of the faculty welcome you back because you have received your wonderful degree and you have earned it with your very, very hard work. The road is not finished. Please come back. Please share your successes. We are so proud of you. And if you have issues or questions or things you want to know that could be helpful, we're not done. Learning is never done. I'm still learning, you're still learning, and I'm here for all of you. Don't become a stranger. I know a lot of students will say, oh, David, you're so busy. You're always so busy. Yeah, I am. I'm busy helping you, okay? So come back. I will get back to you. I will help you all, and I know my colleagues in the theater and also in the whole Five Towns College, which makes us so wonderful, is that you're not done here. Please come back and tell us how your success is and any questions you have. Thank you all. Thank everyone.
The Presidential Award for Distinguished Service recognizes a staff member who has served the college with exceptional skill and dedication, and this year is no different. Born and raised in Nevada, Dr. Joshua Dinsman attended the University of Nevada at Las Vegas before he studied politics and anthropology, earning a bachelor's degree in 2003. He then moved to the UK and spent a year studying at the University of York, where he received a master's degree in 2006. Josh Dinsman then moved to Indiana to attend the University of Notre Dame, where he earned a doctorate in sociology in 2015. When his wife Melissa and their two sons, Elijah and Luke, they moved together to New York in 2016 to begin his career in the Office of Institutional Research at LIM College in Manhattan. In late 2019, we convinced him to join Five Towns College in his current role as Director of Institutional Research and Assessment. You can read about the many ways Dr. Joshua Dinsman contributes to Five Towns College in your program. I would just like to highlight here a few of his key accomplishments that earned him this award today. Dr. Dinsman took a lead role in helping the college navigate the COVID-19 pandemic by ensuring that we had accurate and important data that informed us about the prevalence of the virus in our community. It was Josh who tracked the virus and community spread on campus on a daily, sometimes hourly basis, and used that data to help us all stay safe and healthy. We can attribute our successful navigation of the COVID-19 pandemic on this campus to him. Indeed, we really are healthier because of Dr. Dinsman. Dr. Dinsman is also on the leading edge of our assessment activities, tracking and documenting student learning and achievement rates. This engenders the major initiative now going on in curriculum reform. As part of this, he tracks enrollment data, student retention and persistent rates, graduation rates and employment rates, and he can sort it every conceivable way by student, gender, identity, every way, program, and we use it to improve. If you need an accurate number that informs you how Five Towns College is doing in any area, Dr. D is your go-to. Dr. Joshua Dinsman is respected on and off the campus. He serves on the New York State Research and Information Systems Advisory Committee. He is our liaison with the Middle States Commission on Higher Education, and he serves on the college's steering committee seeking renewal of our accredited status with the National Association of Schools of Music and the National Association of Schools of Theater. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Dr. Dinsman, please join me at the podium, and let's give it up for him. Dr. Joshua Dinsman, for your commitment to the students, faculty, and staff of Five Towns College, for keeping us safe and accurate and informed. By helping us to be the best we can be, I am so proud to award you, Dr. Joshua Dinsman, the 2024 Presidential Award for Distinguished Service at these 50th Annual Commencement Exercises. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Cohen. I'm very honored to be accepting this award, but the real reason we're here gathered today is to celebrate you, our new graduates, and all of your wonderful accomplishments. So I'd just like to say congratulations to you, the class of 2024, and thank you for letting me be a part of your special day. Thank you.
And our final staff award. The Presidential Award for Lifetime Service recognizes a staff member for their long-term service to the college. Jerry Cohen has dedicated 60 years in education, beginning as a science teacher and then assistant principal at West Hempstead High School. Upon retiring, Jerry returned to his passion for education by joining Five Towns College as a science teacher. Due to his experience within student affairs, Jerry was appointed to be the Dean of Enrollment Services. Under his leadership, the college experienced a surge of enrollment, reaching a peak of 1,200 students in 2009. As Dean of Enrollment Services, he supervised the admissions team in their recruitment efforts as well as marketing strategies for more than 16 years. More recently, Dean Cohen has transitioned to the role of Director of Auxiliary Services and then to the role of Dean of Students. After the campus reopened following the pandemic, he served as Director of Adult and Continuing Education before being named Director of Enrollment Initiatives, where he now is primarily responsible for developing and maintaining dual enrollment agreements with area high schools. In this capacity, he also leads the Summer High School Scholars Initiative. While Jerry retired 27 years ago, we are fortunate that he has chosen to spend his retirement years with us, serving students and advancing the mission and goals of the college. You can learn more about him in your program. Jerry Cohen, please join me at the podium. Jerry Cohen, for your long-standing dedication and commitment to the students of Five Towns College, for your service to the college community and the residents of Long Island, it is my distinct honor and privilege to present the 2024 Presidential Award for Lifetime Service to you, Dean Jerry Cohen, at these 50th Annual Commencement Exercises.
Thank you, Dr. Cohen. This is a very emotional thing for me, so bear with me, okay? It's an honor, really, to receive this very, very special award for lifetime service. I've been at the college for 27 years. I've had served many different roles in many different positions, and I've enjoyed every one of them. Every day I come to the campus, I come up with the thought of, how can I help? How can I make a difference? Whether to help a student, a fellow colleague, or the college in general. Throughout my career at the college, I've been fortunate to work with an outstanding faculty, a very dedicated professional staff, and indeed, I'm very fortunate for that. I'm very grateful for the support over the years from all of the administrators, especially from our president, Dr. David Cohen, and our vice president, Janet Kaplan, for all that they have given me in supporting this. I can only say that it's an honor to be here, and this is my home away from home. To the graduates, I wish you much happiness and success in your career. I want you to consider, as mentioned before, Five Towns College as your home away from home. Come back, return to us, share your accomplishments, your achievements. Give us your time. It's important to us that we know how well you are doing. Once again, thank you very much for this honor, and I wish you all very, very much happiness.
Jerry. A few weeks ago on this very stage, in this very auditorium, the Theater Arts Division, under the direction of Professor Mitchell Walker and musical direction of Professor Felipe Rondon, staged the full Broadway production of Stephen Sondheim's and Jane Lapin's classic tale, Into the Woods. How many of you saw it? If you hadn't, you missed something truly exceptional, truly exceptional. You've heard me refer to Into the Woods throughout my conversation today with you. And so today, to perform the finale from that awesome production, please welcome the cast of Into the Woods under the musical direction of Professor Felipe Rondon.
Careful the things you say, children will listen. Careful the things you do, children will see and learn. Children may not obey, but children will listen. Children will look to you for which way to turn to learn what to be. Careful before you say, listen to me. Children will listen. Careful the wish you make, wishes are children. Careful the path they take, wishes come true. Not free. Careful the spell you cast, not just on children. Sometimes the spell may last past what you can see and turn against you. Careful the tale you tell, that is the spell. Children will listen. I see a glimmer. Into the woods you have to grope, but that's the way you learn to cope. Into the woods to find there's hope of getting through the journey. Into the woods each time you go, there's more to learn of what you know. Into the woods, but not too slow. Into the woods, it's nearing midnight. Into the woods to mind the wolf, to heed the witch, to honor the giant, to mind, to heed, to find, to think, to teach, to join, to go to the festival. Into the woods, into the woods, into the woods and out of the woods. And happy ever after, I wish.
One more applause for them. Hard work. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our Student Government Association President, Jeff, yes we can, Kramer.
What is up, class of 2024? Give it up for yourselves. Woo! Wow, you guys made it, huh? This is it. I wanted to first thank the esteemed Dr. Cohen for allowing me to speak briefly today at the historic 50th annual Five Towns College Commencement Exercises. It is truly an honor and privilege to do so. Thank you very much. So President Cohen, Vice President Kaplan, Provost Pollard, administration, faculty, and staff, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the truly inspiring graduating class of 2024. You did it, people! Woo! Once again, I absolutely cannot express what a pleasure it is to be speaking at your commencement here today. As surreal as it is, today is truly your day, and I sincerely hope that each and every one of you recognizes all the achievements you have made for the betterment of our wonderful and creative academic institution. Remember that while you started your time here in a lockdown, you're ending it anything but lockdown, and absolutely free to be the champions of hope and change that our world desperately needs right now. I think I can speak for many people when I say I have so many countless, very fond memories with so many of you in this class, and I will always cherish those when thinking about my own FTC experience. My sincerest wish for all of you is that you cherish this day and every day of your lives, because every day is a fresh canvas on which to paint your beautiful stories. Since this is my last official act as president of the Student Government Association, I wanted to thank you for initiating all over this campus, not Jeff We Can, because it was never about me, but FTC Sound We Can. Know that you have all left an indelible legacy on this campus, and that mark will be there forever. Thank you all so much, and congratulations to the class of 2024, and go Sound! Congratulations, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now move to the conferral of earned degrees. Before beginning with the conferral, I would be happy to announce that each graduate, as they exit the stage, will be presented with an alumni pin to wear with pride. Mr. President and members of the Board of Trustees, it is my privilege to present the college's class of 24. For the conferral of the graduate degrees, please welcome Dr. Margaret Tila, coordinator of the Graduate Music Studies.
I extend a heartfelt congratulations to the master's degree candidates who are graduating and to their families today. They deserve a round of applause. This year is a special year for the graduate division. In addition to the graduation of 4 exceptional music students in composition and performance, this year, the charter class of graduate students who have completed the program in sound recording technology leading to the Master of Professional Studies, or the MPS degree, will receive their diplomas. I will now call the names of the Master of Music degree recipients. Oh, okay. Come on up. Masters, students, come on up. Barry K. Barry Wilson K. Brandon Michael Meenan. Lauren Jacobson. Leslie Ippolito. I will now call the names of the sound recording technology graduate students. I ask that they remain on the stage for a charter class picture. And thank you for coming on up. Anthony Bulgari. Christina Napoleon. Chelsea Ruby Salinas. Andres Guevara. Ryan Kelly. Adam Rawson. Shayna Tracton. Christian Farrell. Kyle Martinez. That's it. Am I supposed to be in this picture or no? Yes.
For the conferral of the undergraduate degrees, please welcome Five Towns College Registrar Anna Nieves.
Good afternoon. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the graduating class, their families, and friends. I know we're all waiting for this moment. Are they going that way? Okay. I now ask the first row of graduates to approach the podium. First row, don't be shy. Kyle Geddes. Matthew Novak. James Miller. Jake Magalise. Zoe Kolodny. Cameron Quinones. Sierra Nicole Shepard. Erica Lohr. James Corrick. Samantha Winter. Patrick Murphy. Brianna Hunter. Andrew Porsche. Corey Allen. Ariana Maria Brasino. Andrew Gaudio. Joseph D. Gregorio. Jordan Bostic. Mahaley Young. Louis Lembo. Jan Philippe Yagaleski. Brianna Rose Carolio. Ian Leopold. Anthony Domeno Amaran Cohen. Dennison D. Natali. Vanessa Marie Tuies. Sam Pernick. Christos Theo Caritas. Aaron Thomas McLaughlin. James Dean Manthos. Daniel Joseph Flaherty. Carly Carucci. Lucy Bai. Brody Kitson. Connor Bankos. Ariana Velez. Jalen Cruz. Anthony Conti. Caitlin Alexis Scott Starr. Gabrielle Sutphin. Jordan Tobin. Azalea McAdam. Mark Zimardi. Derek Gonzalez. Kristen Pastrana. Daniel Falvey. Eric Diaz. Evie Petraka. Nicholas Day. Hold on one second. Justin Severi. John Ganun. Alessandro Lacera. David Alvia. Mark Cadu. Amanda Flores. Casey Carlson. Zajir McCoy. Daniel Cooney. Jacob Dungy. That was good. William Lowe. Olisa Lamaka. I'm sorry. Olisa Mecca. Olisa Mecca. And Magwali. Kajay Antonio Raquan Tourette's. Autumn Margaret Walters. Ariana Fonseca. Zanaya Naomi Ramsey. Courtney Otera. Michaela Braun. Justin Morris. Rebecca Evangeliste. Vincent Vega. John Lombardo. Anthony Crivellaro. Joseph Massimillo. Kenneth Galvez. Eduardo Orellana. Jared Smith. Katie Katsaris. Laura Canez. Benjamin Shovnik. Clarissa Fay. Sebastian DiGirolamo. Edison Gutierrez Ospina. Andrew Ethan Cardona.
I see that.
Dramasia Williams. I don't know. And you didn't come prepared. Antonio Joseph Ferro. Alexander Natoli. James Smith. Alexander Jacob Sipnick. Michael Tuminello. Jake Lewin. Daniel LaFemina. Jade Moreno. Brendan Butler. Dominic Broccoli. Scott Partlow Jr. John Zimardi. Harold Harry Rose Williams Jr.
My name is Akira Soleil Clark.
Akira Soleil Clark. Neftali Dorsey. Nicole Marie Kemp. Abigail Christine Kemp. Juan Lopez Torres. Jorge Iwisaka. Sebastian Gomez. Adrian Wong. Saeed Wong. Traylon Noel. Robert Williams. Amelia Melton. Linda Alessi. Tyler Bonds. Tyree Edwards. Kevin Behan. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Would all of the graduates please rise? Mr. President and members of the Board of Trustees, the faculty and administration of Five Towns College recommend to you that these members of the class of 2024 who have completed their degree requirements as of December 2023 May 2024 and August 2024 be granted their degrees.
The registrar just passed me a note. The following students still owe papers that have to be handed in before you can go. Upon the recommendation of the administration and faculty of the college, and by the power vested in me by the Five Towns College Board of Trustees and the New York State Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the appropriate master's degrees, bachelor's degrees, or associate degrees, with all the rights and privileges therein contained. Congratulations.
Should they sit down? Sure. Sit down. Yes. To deliver the farewell address on behalf of the class of 2024, please welcome the valedictorian Samantha Winter.
If you knew me, you'd know that I'm not one to exaggerate my accomplishments. But in this case, you've done that for me. So thank you. As I stand before you, I'm reminded of the path that has brought us here. A path filled with anticipation, hard work, and growth. I would say we've all been waiting for this day to come. But the truth is, all of our conversations have been filled with nostalgia, acknowledging the imminent goodbye to the place that has become not just our school, but a second home to us all. Attending Five Towns College has taught me a profound lesson. We are all a reflection of our environment. My journey to this stage was not typical for a valedictorian. In high school, I was not a stellar student. I was the opposite. Some doubted my potential to attend college, let alone succeed in the real world. For those who know me now, this might come as a surprise. To some, maybe not so much. But this transformation is a testament to the power of a community that doesn't just tolerate, but actively nurtures individuality and passion. First, I'm immensely grateful to the remarkable professors and faculty who went above and beyond to ensure my success. In particular, Professor Machado, who spent countless hours mentoring me and making me laugh, even amidst the busiest of times. I also want to express my deepest gratitude to my parents. To my mother, thank you for inspiring me every day through your perseverance and for believing in me. And to my father, thank you for sticking by my side all my life and giving me the tools I need to flourish. Your lifetime of hard work and resilience pushes me to strive for the same, to make you as proud of me as I am of you. To my friends who I consider family, your support and encouragement have been my guiding light on this journey. I am deeply grateful for your presence in my life, for lifting me up when I needed it most. I can't wait to make more memories in the next chapter of our lives, and I am eager to witness the extraordinary achievements you will undoubtedly accomplish. Surrounded by peers who supported me, professors who believed in me, and friends who became family, I've learned that true strength lies not in isolation, but in unity. Together, we faced challenges, celebrated victories, and grown in ways I never thought possible. This college recognizes that passion, when nurtured with the right tools and guidance, leads to greatness. Five Towns College is what you make of it, and I'm so grateful that I was able to make it my home. As we step into new beginnings, let's carry forward the lessons learned and the cherished memories. Let's continue our pursuit of knowledge, excellence, and uplifting one another. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2024.
Mr. President, members of the board, and distinguished guests, the 50th commencement exercises will conclude with the turning of the tassel ceremony and the singing of the Five Towns College alma mater, Hail, O Alma Mater, to signify that the members of the class of 2024 are now officially college graduates and are members of the Five Towns College Alumni Association. Graduates, please stand. Please move the tassel on your mortarboards from the right to the left side. Congratulations. You did it. to perform Hail, O Alma Mater, written by distinguished Professor Emeritus Rita Greenstein, is graduate Ariana Velez, accompanied by graduate Connor Bankos. The music and lyrics can be found inside the back cover of your program. We invite everyone to sing along.
Please, if you remember how to read music, sing along.
Oh, alma mater, your halls resound with song. Where'er we go, we'll lead the show. We will lead the throng. Whoa, we are going onward to meet the challenge grand. With heads held high, we'll always try to do our best to lead the rest from east to west. Oh, five towns college long may you
Congratulations, class of 2024, you did it. The benediction to be delivered today by the class of 24 graduate Corey Allen. Please stand.
All right, what a wonderful day, right, guys? I'm going to try to make this quick. I know we're all eager to go celebrate, so let's keep this brief. Fellow graduates, as you embark on this new chapter of your lives, may you carry with you the knowledge and wisdom you have gained during your time here. May you approach each new task with courage and resolve, knowing that you are equipped with the skills and abilities to succeed. May you continue to hone your skills with dedication and passion, letting your art be a reflection of your unique voice and perspective. May you never cease to explore, innovate, and push the boundaries of what is possible. May you embrace the challenges of your craft with resilience and grace, knowing that each stroke of your brush, each note of your melody, and each word of your story holds the power to touch the hearts and minds of those around you. And as you go forth from this place, may you be surrounded by fellow creators who uplift you, mentors who guide you, and a community that celebrates your talents. Congratulations, graduates. May your futures be bright, your hearts be full, and your adventures be endless. Amen.
The recessional will be led by the platform party, followed by the graduating students. Please remain at your seats and allow the platform party and graduates to leave the auditorium before you exit. Thank you. Just an announcement, we're having a barbecue in the auditorium? No, in the gym. In the gym, because we're in the auditorium. So in the gym, we're going to have a barbecue, okay? Congratulations, everybody.